see you. Come out.
I'm supposed to...
Found you. You're the last one.
Bet you cheated. Come to the cottage. I gotta tell the others I won.
Found you all. Now you gotta keep your word and help me talk to Johnny's friend.
Why wouldn't we? Promised, didn't we? Gran! Gran! Bumblebee bit Yagner in the arse! Gran! Come!
Don't be afraid.
Don't know nothing.
I won't hurt you.
Gran.
She's busy. Where are you and your friend's parents?
Others were killed. One day, out at dawn to look for berries in the woods. Still some around back then. When I was coming home, I heard the yells. Then, laughing, went up and hid in the bushes near the woods. Mum yelled, and the soldiers laughed. My pa down by the barn door. His head clean off. And then my mum.
It's all right. That's enough. Why are you scared to talk?
I'm not scared of nothing.
You're all scared of something. Would have told me about Johnny otherwise.
I'm worried about Johnny. He don't come round no more. Once, when we was mushroom picking, I saw his burrow. But Gran yelled at me. Said not to talk to strangers, because then kids go missing. She worried about Johnny too. Though she says he's made up.
I just want to talk to Johnny. He could know more than you.
Not gonna hurt him, right? Because he's real. He's not made up.
I'm not gonna hurt him.
Johnny used to be a boy, because Gran liked listening to his songs. When we was picking mushrooms, Johnny said he saw a girl with ashen hair in the swamp.
Where can I find Johnny?
There's a little meadow on the edge of the swamp. This strange tree grows there. Look around. You'll see him.
Thank you. If Johnny's real, he must leave prints. Small footprint. Johnny's been through here. Johnny? Don't be afraid. You're a baka? A Luton? Ah, a godling. Many of you left. I'm looking for a woman with ashen hair. Seen her? Tell me everything from the start. Where did you see her? What was she doing? It's important to me. Why not? This where you live? Borough. Good location. Must know about everything that happens in the bog. Doesn't it bother you having monsters for neighbors? You know the kids in the clearing well. Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna hurt anyone. What's wrong? Can't tell them. Why? Lost your voice? Can I help you somehow? Can't understand you. Try to explain it somehow. Want me to follow you? No choice, I guess. It's the light. Another one around. Something on the ledge. Some little baby voice. It's climb. Let's go.
favourite words. Life without savouring the sound of surreptitious shenanigans is like licking snails through a cloth. Thank you for this, noble whoever you are. Long be your life.
Hang on a minute. I helped you, now you help me.
Would you turn this futile act of altruism into a banal bartering of favours?
How do you lock someone's voice in a bottle? Just wondering.
As am I, especially as mine's a voice to crown all voices. Sometimes it's like a forest brook, at others like a roll of thunder. And let's be honest, I talk enough to fill 3 barrels or more.
Somebody used some powerful magic on you, as a prank or just to be mean. How'd you lose your voice?
One morning I awoke and opened my mouth for my usual bout of singing with the thrushes. Lo and behold, no sound escaped. I tried and tried, almost burst a blood vessel. Then I went to the village, because word has it the new cunning woman works miracles. But people began crying out, "A smudger! A smudger!" and sick their dogs on me. Do I look like a smudger to you?
Not a bit.
Well, I thought not. So it must be the crone's doing. Who else will curse me? That bird friend of mine located my voice, but I was helpless to retrieve it.
Couldn't ask a raven friend to just give you the bottle?
Ravens serve the crones. They don't help no one.
I'm looking for a young, ashen-haired woman. See anyone like that?
Did I ever? Remember it as if it were yesterday. As soon as I woke, I went to empty my bowels. My favourite part of the day. Defecating to the sunrise. Downright glorious. Suddenly, heard a bang, so loud it couldn't have been me. And that lass appeared, out of nowhere. Young, ashen-haired, just like you said. Wounded, panting to boot. She raced off towards the children's hut. Quick as if the crones were after her. I gave some pleasantry. She disturbed my morn. Sadly, I'd lost my voice, so I don't think she heard me.
I've been to the village in the swamp, met a woman who might have been a crone.
Did she seem confused to you?
Nuts, completely.
So I'm not crazy. That's no crone. That's the granny who takes care of the orphans. Claims the kids made me up. Me!
An orphanage in a swamp?
What do you have against swamps? Lived here my whole life, and I heartily recommend it.
What do you know about the...
They're as old as this forest. Cruel, vindictive.
What if someone does cross them?
Won't find them until they want to be found. See them until they want to be seen. But remember, they see and hear all that happens in the mire.
She ran off toward the orphanage. Kids could know something.
Oh, that old hag don't speak to...
Will she talk to you?
I have spoken to her, got my ways.
Damn it.
Little John softly gazing, fire waning pale. Hop a spark and whispered, listen,
You got your voice back.
I did, though I seem to have lost an octave somewhere in the process. I shall look for it when
You're not allowed here, Johnny. You shouldn't have come.
Calm down, Gran. Don't get angry. It's not good for you.
Can you take me to the crones?
Forgive me, Gran, but this fellow absolutely must talk to the ladies.
No, she's not allowed.
Please, it's important.
The fellow will be quiet. Gran, please hear me out. I found little Yagna when she got lost, did I not? Did I break Ginny's fever too? I did. I ask anything in return? No. Didn't even fuss about my stolen boys. Well, now I want something. Gran, help this fellow. Because otherwise he'll pester me day and night, even during potty time. His lass is missing. Perhaps the ladies can help find her, eh?
Well, since you put it that way, Johnny, I'll help him. Come with me. Johnny's a good lad, though the ladies don't like him. No, foul creature, they say. Don't like him.
Who are the women in the tapestry?
Those are the ladies. Ladies lovely, with power o'er all. Beseech I thee, answer my call. Before you a worm crawls, wretched and small.
How dare you disturb our rest, woman?
Someone speaking through you?
Good looking and clever, too. Where have you been hiding, boy?
So you're the three crones?
Rich bitches have been gossiping again. There's no limit to how jealous and petty humans can be. Do we look like crones to you? Go ahead, check. Touch me, white-haired one, where it pleases you most.
Is it my imagination or is this tapestry made of hair?
Oh, he's got a sensitive touch. Touch me more, boy. Touch me more.
Where do you get human hair?
Never heard of the cutting? Round here, a young boy turns into a man when they cut his hair for the first time. Our sister weaves tapestries of this cut hair. If the weft is straight, happy's the fate.
What if the weft's crooked?
Then it must be unraveled.
Is this a curse? You trapped in the tapestry?
We don't fall victim to curses. We cast them.
I'm looking for the woman with ashen hair. I know you met her. Where is she?
Oh, he's impatient. she only likes ashen-haired girls.
A young woman. She's my daughter by choice. I raised her.
If she's shapely, what does it matter?
Matters to me.
I believe we've hit a nerve. He's bubbling like well-fed yeast. Oh, that's how I likes him.
It's clear you met her. Tell me everything.
That was blunt. Well, perhaps it's for the best. Tell me, have you got bollocks? Do you fear woodland beasts?
Oh, hard times are upon us, white-haired one. Brother has turned against brother. The land is soaked in blood. Evil seems stronger than ever before.
A dark power has surfaced near Downwarren. It feeds on hatred and disdain. Destroy the beast, and we will be grateful. Tell you all we know about this ashen-haired maid.
Dark power? You need a knight-errant or a witch hunter, not a witcher.
Remember to collect payment from him after you complete your task. And now our servant will bring the dagger.
A dagger? What for?
When the alderman sees this dagger, you know we sent you.
I'll talk to the alderman, but
Move, woman! Give the young man the dagger.
And you, white one, return only one.
Aye, mistress, right. On me way. Dagger. Gotta bring the dagger. The dagger. For you. Lady told me to give it to you. Here it is. Place the alderman's payment on the stone. Stone bear. Stone shear. Stone nose. Stone ears.
greetings. Nice village.
Aye,
A real pearl of the swamps.
if you say so.
You get by all right?
Aye, winter to winter. Somehow.
Recognize this dagger?
Aye, master. Didn't know you belonged to them.
Don't belong to anyone. Down to business. I want to get this done quickly.
Ah, so that's how it's to be.
I'm supposed to help solve your problem. Tell me what it is. Just the essentials.
The war awoke an ancient power. An evil one that feeds on bloodshed. Nightmares haunt our nights and days. Folks sleepwalk from their homes, never to return. Under the tree on the Whispering Hill they lie. Unburied, all fathers, sons, daughters, and mothers. Folk are afeard to move them. We must go there. The dark powers must be cast off.
When did all this start?
3 years back. I remember 'twas a warm day. went to check the snares for game. Pulled a hare from the trap. It grew dark all of a sudden, though it was nigh on noontime. Thought it was a storm at first. A squeal pierced the air, near burst me ears. The hare rotted in me hands. Times have been ill ever since. The young'uns, born.
What happens there, thou's a wonder.
A few times folk from round here gathered to chop down the trees and burn the cursed soil back to use. None returned. The ground neath the weeds is white with human bones.
Ladies of the Wood don't know what this power is?
They know all. Old Thekla claimed they'd be punishing us. Folk stopped respecting them. Some even call them witches. Must not be they, for they sent you.
Solved your problem. Just in case, though, avoid the Whispering Hillock for a while.
Cannot be. Where's something lurking there?
Evil spirit possessed a tree. It was responsible. Some being had come to possess the tree's heart. I destroyed the heart and its inhabitants.
So it were a ghost. Will it be back?
No. The crones, or the ladies of the wood as you call them, said to remind you about me.
Aye, I do. Give me the dagger. There's payment. Take it to the ladies, will you?
What the hell was that?
'Tis our pact. You're a stranger, you don't know life here. It's honest pay for their protection.
So, all those years in the woods.
Put it out of your mind, master. You soon be leaving and we must tarry on our young. No gods nor masters watch over Felirat. The land is no man's.
Sheathe your weapon, young man.
In your life, you're different than you are in tapestry.
Well, bring it here.
Never seek to cross us again.
You shall forgive this transgression, for you've done well. Your children are plump as piglets, sweet as caramel.
But now we must talk to our white-haired friend.
I know that, Mark. This is Anna, the wife of the Baron of Rose Perch.
A fruit ripened in her womb. A fruit sprouted from seed sown by a man she detested.
We helped her. She agreed to serve. She bears the mark. She's ours. Come, there's another woman who interests you. Speak, white-haired one.
You look different in the tapestry.
We're all dressed up just for you.
If you only knew how much time we spent in front of the glass.
Just desires.
I'm impressed. Polymorphism, a rare talent.
Oh, I'd suck every last drop out of you.
To be woven together with you. I'd be your best and last.
Not what I came for. You used me to tame the Whispering Hillock. A lot of work.
What's real brave?
Destroy the evil powers. Have you brought peace to our domain?
Yes.
Fortunate to have found so brave a knight, so able.
The spirit was trapped in the tree.
That of one who once cheated death.
But she couldn't deceive you, brave knight.
You've rid the world of a great evil.
Our deal. I did my part, now you do yours.
A word once given we never break. The girl, mousy blonde, that's what we call it.
Thin as a rail, terrified, exhausted. She could barely stand the poor thing.
We cared for her as best we could. Like she was our own daughter. Wasted affection. She proved a very naughty girl. Mischievous.
You've not seen her long. She's changed for the worse.
Why'd she attack you?
She's no longer the girl you once knew. Wrath consumes her.
Don't believe you. You say you always keep your word, so tell me everything exactly as it happened.
Shall be, brave boy. We knew someone supposed to life. We looked beastly. Surely old.
Glimpse her like this, a mirage she came from the lower swarm. We knew not at first it was the old had spoken of.
Child of the elder blood. The soul seed that would burst into flame. The blood of the traitress. Does she sleep?
Like a lamb.
Sisters, no point in talking. The table's set. The cauldron bubbles.
We cannot! You know she is meant for him.
Emirates will get her. He will. But at all.
Well said. We'll just have a sample.
I'll take her feet. Lovely. Plump. Perfect for a broth.
I can taste it already. Very well. Get on with it.
You'll regret that, girl. Regret it dearly.
You tried to kill her, tried to butcher her like an animal and eat her.
Elder blood. Extraordinary girl. But you know that.
Such a shame she fled.
You tried to kill her. Can't forgive you for that.
Waste of words.
Our fates are bound true. But now is not the time for that to bear fruit.
Now you shall chase shadows and wanderlust fog.
Each time you see her, she will be a mirage.
And if you find her, the girl will die.
Seeing you, handsome knight.
and schmarry. All the plants will take it last, will you? Don't be caught.
Help me here.
It's
What did I do to deserve your company?
Joe.
You white one, look like you got sacked last night too. I'm listening.
got news of your wife.
Plowing hell, why'd you not say so forthwith? Where is she? Why have you not returned with her?
She's in Crookback Bog. Got food, a place to live, and keeps herself busy. Didn't look like she had the slightest desire to leave.
You were to bring her back, not report on the conditions she lives under.
I was supposed to find her, and I did. That was our deal, nothing more.
You still think me rotten to the core. A base bastard, don't you? You believe I alone am at fault for what happened here.
Doesn't matter what I believe.
Yet, looking at you, I see contempt. Can't speak for the world you witches inhabit, but in ours, nothing is ever black and white.
Probably gonna say you're not the only one to blame. All right then, I'm willing to hear your side of the story.
With Annie, it was love at first sight. A spear tore through my shoulder at the Battle of Anchor. She tended to my wound. Once I'd recovered, I asked her to marry me. She wept with joy. Soon after, Tamara was born. And after that, they sent me to Sidaris. A warlord had risen against King Ethan, and Foltest sent help. It was one battle to the next, one conflict after another. It was a life of war. I was seldom home, and I found comfort in drink. Grew so fond of hooch.
Still seems like you...
Will you let me finish?
All right. What then?
I went from front to front, battle to battle, collecting soldiers' coin, while Anna sat alone with the babe for months. Later, I learned she'd not been so alone after all. For nearly 3 years, she'd found comfort in the arms of one Evan, a childhood friend, a dog's bunghole. Understand, damn it? One tussle in the hay I'd have waved aside, put it out of my mind. But the woman cuckolded me for years. without a whisker of concern for me, for my love.
How'd you find out?
Came home one day and Anna was gone. The things too. Found a letter. Felt like I'd been rammed in the arse by a horse. I went to find the bugger, to get the girls back, bring them home. Yet soon...
Guess they call you the Blood Baron for a reason after all.
What?
Your nickname makes sense now.
No, that's an entirely different story.
Imagine Anna wasn't exactly pleased.
Ha! Bloody understatement if I've ever heard one. She flew into a fit, hysteria, threw herself at me, kicking and clawing. Finally grabbed a knife. It was the first time I hit her. I had to calm her. Felt I had no other means. Things changed. They would never be the same. How many times I apologized. How many armfuls of blooms and gifts I brought. She cared not a bit. Cannot fathom how we survived those years. But we did.
You're right. Faults on both sides, yours and hers.
I'm content that you finally see that. Very well then. If you won't bring Anna home, you might at least tell me how she landed in that blasted swamp.
Your wife is with the crones, and their servant.
What the fuck do you mean? What crones?
Ones who live in Crookback Bog.
I've heard folk speak of them, and thought it naught but tales to scare the children with. How on earth did she land there?
They fled by night. They were riding past the forest when a beast serving the crones attacked them and abducted Anna.
A beast? Bloody hell.
No.
Oh, thank the gods for that.
The creature carried her deep into Crookback Bog. Didn't harm her, though.
Content? What is this?
She made a pact with the crones and... well, I think she might have lost her mind.
A pact? What the bloody hell?
She was with child, a child she didn't want to bear. Went to the crones for help. They promised to rid her of the problem in exchange for a year of her service. And they kept their word, in their own twisted way.
What do you mean?
Anna must have thought the child inside her would somehow disappear. Instead, the crones sapped her and ultimately forced her body to miscarry. I think that's when she started to lose her mind. Then they placed magic tethers on her, tethers that cause great pain when tested, to guarantee she'll pay off her debt.
A pact with witches? Bloody nightmare, sounds like some...
Venturing into the swamp, even with armed men, is just a bad idea. It's a dangerous place inherently, and I think those crones are a greater threat than anyone realizes.
I'll not sit on my ass waiting for them to return her. Would you wait?
Probably not.
And I'm a husband and a father who's fucked up his life and the lives of his love.
We had a deal. I've done my part. Your turn to do yours.
A word was given. Now what did I last?
Basilisk. It just attacked.
Ah, right. Right in front of us. I thought we breathed our last.
Watch out!
If I don't survive this, you're to take whatever you want from the fortress.
You'll survive!
Let's show this bastard what we were! everything?
Yes, thank you.
What you did for me, I shall never forget it.
You helped me as well. When your man brought me here. You fed me, cared for me, had my wounds looked after. We're even now.
You needn't leave. You're in good company here. We'll always have a warm corner for you.
I must leave. Wraiths pursue me. The wild hunt. I was foolish to use the power. They're sure to have caught my scent.
The wild hunt? Pursuing you?
I'll endanger all of you by remaining here. You must tell the people to bar their doors and windows. And no one is to wander the night.
And you? Where do you think you're going?
Now, I ride for Novigrad. And then who knows where.
She mounted and rode off. It grew awfully empty without her.
Redanian armies blocked the Pontar crossing, yet you sent Ciri to Novigrad.
She was looking for a sorceress, and all of them are in Novigrad. Besides, I didn't leave her at the Redanians' mercy. I gave her a letter of safe conduct.
Where'd you get these letters?
Haven't always led this pack of jesters. Served in the Temerian army once.
Redanians guard the crossing.
True, but with a bit of fame and a friend here and there, well, banners and heraldry don't mean so much.
So there's a chance Ciri's still in Novigrad. Thanks for helping her.
It's nothing. Now you've learned what...
Spit it out.
I want to go get Anna. Free her, bring her back. I don't believe she's there willingly.
Must have not heard me. Any journey into the swamp is suicide.
I heard you, which is why I could use your aid. I've no more tales of Ciri to offer you, but go with me and I'll be generous with what I do have. Very generous.
Extra coin never hurt.
Ha! True indeed. I'll round up.
Fine.
Dare you!
Sorry, we was never here.
What was that?
You tell me. Man or monster? My men call him Uma and say he's a beast, but he seems a man to me. Just hideous as...
Uma. Strange name.
Aye, strange. But he gave us no other.
You mean he can talk?
Hardly. It was like this. So I grabbed his hand, looked him in the eyes, and asked, "What's your name?" Gave me this damned foolish look and stammered, "Oh, Uma?" And it stuck.
Doesn't look like a monster.
Funny story, actually. I won him in a game of cards.
Must have been pretty desperate to play for that.
Ah, quit your carping, smartass. Someone wagered him and we played.
Story. House.
Went to Novigrad once to rest, indulge in the city's cards were kind that day. And one devilish hand after another. Robbed the whoresons blind. One fella asked him what he had to wager and he showed me that sideshow. Not much in it for me, but fuck it, I thought. I'll give the man a chance to win.
Hilarious. Real side split.
Oh, you wouldn't know a good tale from...
Proper baron now. Even got a jester.
Aye, though I feel something. Well, he seems more beast than man, but there's wisdom.
No, but he doesn't look dangerous.
I guess that's that.
time I was on my way.
Farewell. I hope you find your daughter. And prove a good father to her.